There is a thought you have been looking for. You may not be able to name it, but you would know it the moment it arrived. The one that finally makes this feeling let go. So you keep turning it over. The conversation, the decision, the worry you cannot put down. You hold it up to the light again, sure that if you find the right angle, it will come apart in your hands and you will finally be able to set it down. And what you are doing has a shape to it. You are looking for something very specific, a sentence, a way of seeing it that clicks into place, a thought that makes the whole thing settle and stay settled. But if you look closely at the thought you are reaching for, it is rarely a fact. It is a feeling dressed up as a thought. What you actually want is to know that it will be okay, that you did not ruin anything, that you are not missing something that will come back later and hurt you. You have taken a wish for certainty and turned it into a search for the right idea, as if the right idea could finally give your body the steadiness it has been asking for. The thought also keeps changing shape. 1 hour you need to understand why they said it. The next, you need to know whether you overreacted. Later, whether you should have said less, said more, explained yourself differently, stayed quiet, answered sooner, waited longer. The question quietly reshapes itself every time you get close to answering it, so there is always one more version left to solve. And you have almost had it before. Some nights a thought arrives that feels like the answer, and for a few minutes the pressure eases. You feel like you finally understand it. Then you wake the next morning, or walk into the next room, or pick up your phone again, and it has dissolved. The relief is gone, and you cannot quite remember why it worked. So you start looking again, certain the real one, the one that lasts, is somewhere just ahead. This is why no one outside your head can simply hand you the relief. Someone tells you it is fine, that you are overthinking it, that you should let it go, and it slides right off. Their words are not the exact sentence your mind has decided it needs. The answer only seems to count if you find it yourself, in precisely the right shape. That is part of why the search feels so lonely. No one can do it for you, because the thing you are reaching for does not exist in a form anyone else can give. It happens in the strangest places, in the shower, on the drive home, standing in the kitchen with the fridge light open, staring at nothing, washing the same cup a little longer than you need to because your hands are doing something ordinary while your mind is still somewhere else. You are nodding in a conversation, answering at the right times, maybe even smiling. But half of you is still working the problem, still turning the thought, still looking for the edge that opens it. From the outside, you look like you are present. Inside, the search has not paused, and it quietly taxes everything else. The meal you are eating, the show you put on to relax, the person across from you telling you about their day. You are there, mostly, but a portion of you is still behind, still inside the unsolved thing, running its quiet errand. You are not absent exactly. You are just rarely all the way here because some part of you is kept in reserve for the problem, in case this is the moment the answer finally arrives. Somewhere along the way, your mind took a feeling and gave it to the part of you that solves things. The discomfort got filed under problems, and problems are things you think your way out of. So, the moment the feeling appears, the search begins on its own before you have even chosen it. It does not wait for permission anymore. It just opens the same drawers it opened yesterday and starts looking through them again. There is a reason it became thinking of all things. At some point, working it out in your head was the one move you actually had. When things felt uncertain and you could not change what was happening around you, you could at least prepare for it. You could replay it before it happened. You could try to understand it before it reached you. Thinking was where you had a little control when there was not much control anywhere else. So the habit stayed long after the moment that built it had passed. Now, when something hurts, your mind reaches for the only tool it ever fully trusted. While you were searching, it can feel like you were getting somewhere. Each new angle feels like movement. Each near answer feels like progress. Stopping feels almost irresponsible, like walking away right before the part where it finally works. And no one wants to quit one step before the door opens. The hard part is that thinking that helps and thinking that loops can feel almost identical from the inside. A real decision can feel urgent. An old fear can also feel urgent. A useful reflection can feel important. So can a thought that has taken you nowhere for 3 days. When you are inside it, they all arrive with the same seriousness. So, the loop borrows the weight that only the real decisions ever earned. And when you try to simply drop it, dropping it can feel unsafe. The moment you stop thinking about it, some part of you reads that as leaving a problem unguarded, like walking away from a door you were supposed to be watching. So the thought comes back louder, almost offended that you tried to set it down. Letting go does not feel like relief. It feels like neglect. And so you pick the search back up, less out of hope now and more because putting it down felt like the more dangerous choice. But the feeling was never waiting for a thought. It lives lower than language, somewhere in the body, underneath the words, and you have been trying to reach it with sentences. It is a little like trying to scratch an itch through a thick coat. You keep reaching the surface, never the place that actually itches, so you reach harder, more carefully, more often. And the relief stays one layer away, no matter how precise you get. That is why the closer it feels, the harder it is to stop. Each almost answer raises the stakes. If relief is really this near, then stopping now feels foolish, like giving up an inch from the end. So, the near misses do not slow the search down. They feed it. The very feeling of being close is the thing that keeps you reaching. The reaching itself keeps the feeling awake. As long as part of you is working on the problem, part of you is treating the problem as live, unresolved, still serious enough to need solving tonight. The search is not ending the discomfort. It is the shape the discomfort takes while it stays active. There were times a thought did seem to work, but the relief was never really inside the words. It was in the moment your body believed, just for a little while, that it was allowed to stop. The thought solved nothing by itself. It simply gave your system permission to set the problem down for one breath. That is why almost any thought could do it for a moment, and why none of them could hold. It was never the perfect idea doing the work. It was the pause underneath it. There is a particular tiredness that comes from this. You can finish an entire day having solved nothing, decided nothing, changed nothing, and still feel like you ran a long way. Because you did. The miles were just internal, where no one could see them. Sometimes, not even you. So the thought you have been looking for has not been hiding from you. It was never there to find. And as strange as it sounds, that is not the bad news. It is the way out. Because if there is no perfect sentence waiting at the end of the search, then you were never failing to find it. You were not thinking too slowly. You were not missing something obvious. You were not one realization away from finally getting it right. You were looking for a key to a door that was never locked with words. You do not have to solve the feeling before you are allowed to stop reaching for it. Those two things were never as connected as your mind made them seem. The discomfort can be there, and your hands can come down at the same time. The feeling does not need an answer in order to soften. Often it only softens once you stop demanding one from it. There may be no final thought that fixes this, but there can be a moment, tonight or some other night, where the reaching simply stops, where you get tired enough of looking to let the thing rest unsolved for a while. Maybe the phone stays face down beside you. Maybe the room is quiet. Maybe the question is still open, but you are no longer holding it with both hands. And in that pause, the feeling you were trying so hard to think your way out of may be quieter than it was. Still there, maybe, but no longer being turned over again and again. No longer needing to become the thing you fix before you are allowed to rest. You can stop searching for the thought. Not because you found it, but because you finally let yourself stop needing it. The mind can grow quiet without an answer. The feeling can ease without being solved. And tonight, you are allowed to let the searching rest, even with the question still open. Perhaps the change you were searching for was never outside of you. Perhaps it was always waiting for this moment of stillness. So for now, stop pushing, stop chasing, and simply remain here, because something within you already knows the way.